guys, it's me, Miss Tasha, and I'm here today with Wednesday's segment of Healthy Families. And today I want to talk about what we can do to raise a good spouse. Okay, because you hear a lot of complaints about from men and women about my husband doesn't do this or my wife doesn't do that. Well, let's talk about not everything, but some of the things we can do with our children to try and raise a good spouse. I have my notes down here, so from time to time I may be looking at my notes so I can refer to them, and that's not me trying to disengage with the camera or anything, but I just have to read my notes because I'm not doing this off the top of my head today. First thing I want to talk about is chores. Chores do not do themselves. Someone has to do them. And if you are the mother, and I'm guilty of this because I've done it for years, and I'm just now recently stopping because I see the results of it. But if you are the mother or the father and you're constantly doing all the chores in the house and your children have no responsibilities, they're going to grow up not knowing how to do anything. Can you imagine being 20 years old and not knowing how to do your own laundry or how to mop a floor or make up your bed? Well, clean your bathroom. My kids got to be teenagers and my boys did not know how to clean a bathroom. So when I finally went on strike and said, I'm not going to clean your bathroom anymore, you're going to have to do this yourself. Instead of cleaning their bathroom, they let it get completely filthy, and then they try to take showers in my bathroom because they didn't know what to do. So I had to go in there and show them how to clean the bathroom. Now, if I had let them do this when they were younger, it wouldn't have been an issue. So chores, you know, they don't do themselves. And then also, another thing you can do when it comes to the chores is divide the chores up equally between the husband and the wife. Even if the wife is a stay-at-home mother and the husband goes out and works in the world, the husband can still help out with things like taking out the trash, doing the dishes, helping out with chores on the weekend or his days off. This way, the children don't get set in their mind that the male is the only one that does not do chores and the woman is the one who does the chores, because even if you don't say it, they see it. So let's go ahead and model that basic behavior, and number one, make sure our kids have chores to do. And some things a child can do as young as 2 or 3 years old that is chore related. My children started helping me fold the laundry, just the washcloths, when they were 3. It may not have been perfect, but eventually it was. And then they moved on to folding their own laundry, and now they help fold. They can do the laundry by themselves. They can sort the clothes. And that's another thing. I had them start helping me sort the clothes when they were 3 and 4. It helped with color recognition. And now they can literally, at ages 5 through 17, I can hand them a stack of quarters or point them to the laundry and say, sort your clothes and do the laundry, and they can do it. So chores, that's one thing. Chores do not do themselves. And the next thing I want to talk about is everyone deserves respect. So let's talk about that. When you're out in public and let's say someone sideswipes you or someone accidentally bumps your car, and they're not doing it on purpose, you know it's an accident, but sometimes even though we know it's an accident, we get mad, we yell and scream anyway. Our kids see this, so they may think this is the way that we are supposed to treat other people. Model that behavior by reacting to that in a calm manner, and respect your spouse, respect your husband, and your wife, and if you're not married, respect their mother or their father, respect who you're with, and respect your child. A lot of people think that because they're children that we own our children. We don't own our children. We don't own any. You can't own a human. We don't own our children. We have responsibility over our children, and we have some authority over our children, but we don't own our children. So treat your children with respect. Say please and thank you, and teach them to tell others please and thank you. I don't want to make this video really long, so I'm going to just go ahead and talk about a couple of things, and that's about it. And I may pick one thing out of what I'm talking about to go into detail with one at a time on another video, so we won't have 45-minute videos. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. The next thing I want to talk about is conversation. Conversation is a two-way street. You got to teach your children how to conversate. Some kids don't know how to have a conversation. By the time your child is 2 years old, 2.5 years old, they should be able to hold a decent conversation with someone else. If your child is not able to hold a decent conversation with someone else at their age because they're lacking vocabulary, or their speech is, what's the word I'm looking for? Their speech is underdeveloped to where people outside of the family or even people in the family cannot understand what they're saying, you want to go discuss that with your doctor. Because by the time your child is 2.5 years old, they should be able to hold a decent conversation. And they should be able to tell you most of the time, not all of the time, but most of the time they should be able to tell you their wants and their needs. And just have pleasant conversation. And then when it comes to conversating, there is a difference between hearing what someone else says and listening. When you listen, model good conversational behavior. Listen to your spouse, listen to your child, and actually respond accordingly. Don't just hear what they're saying and go on about your business. No, actually listen and be engaged in that conversation. Because when you show your children the correct way to have a conversation through modeling it, they pick up on that. And this is not something that they learn solely from school. They learn it from interacting with others in life. So by the time you're 2 years old, you should be able to have a decent conversation. Next thing I want to talk about is feelings. When our children are younger, a lot of times we tell our boys, man up, or don't cry, boys don't cry, man up and do this, that, and the other. And that teaches our boys to push their feelings down inside and just hold them in. And then when we grow up and we get married, we have issues because our husbands put their feelings inside and hold them in. But what do we expect them to do if that's what they were taught? They don't know any better. So if you want to raise a good spouse who communicates with his wife, do not tell your son, push your feelings down, hold them in. Do not tell your son, man up. Do not tell your son, boys don't cry. Do not do that. Teach them it's okay to have emotions. Teach them how to talk about their emotions. And this goes for girls too, because lately I've been seeing girls with the situation where they feel like if they have some kind of emotion, they're weak. And they're women. I mean, what woman doesn't have some kind of emotion? That's just different for me to notice that the children growing up in my daughter's era, that if they have some kind of emotion, they feel like they're weak or they won't be respected and things like that, when traditionally women used to be able to show their emotion. So teach your children it's okay. This is my suggestion. Teach your children it's okay to have emotion, and teach them how to discuss their emotion. Instead of kids, when your kid is crying and you know they're frustrated, just say, I understand that you're frustrated. Can you calm down and tell me how you feel? And teach them feeling language, like I feel sad, or I feel frustrated, or I'm confused, or I'm happy, I'm excited. Teach them feeling language at a young age, and when they grow up, they're used to expressing their feelings instead of holding them in and being frustrated, and they understand how to process those things. So that's all basically I want to talk about today on today's family segment. And like I was saying before, I don't really want to make this a very long video because number one, I kind of overslept and I'm behind like 3 hours on all of my work, so I have to make this short. And in future videos, I may go ahead and expand on these topics. And also, I would like to say, if you have any topic you would like for me to discuss, or questions or anything like that, you can hit me up in the comment section. You can hit me up in the inbox on Facebook, because I'm pretty sure if you are viewing this, you're viewing this on Facebook. If you are by chance viewing this on YouTube, you can hit me up in my Google Plus or YouTube comments. And also, my email will be in the description box, so you can also contact me as well in the description box for my email. So like I was saying, I'm not that hard to get in contact. And you would also, if you like the video, rate it, subscribe. And another thing I want to talk about is I've been asked to do a husband tag. More than likely that won't happen. Trust me on this. It probably won't happen. It would be a miracle for me to do a husband tag and he shows up on the camera. But I'm not going to be able to do that anytime soon. I'm working on it, but it probably won't happen anytime soon. So just to let you guys know. And I would like to say, stay healthy, stay happy, and keep loving life and love your family. Have fun. Have a nice day.